So I thought this one was fun. So Felfoxing Super said, what do you think the chances of them doing something bad to Alextraza are, since she's the only original aspect that hasn't died or like not been corrupted?
Fuck. This is where I get annoyed, because I immediately think, right, okay, that makes sense. So character drama through harming her in some sense would make sense. It would work. But at the same time, like, fucking give one of them a break, please.
So I think
some of that's the idea of, you don't need your storytelling to be hyper dramatic. You don't have to have hyper permanent stakes. You can tell a story that's just a character feels really sad about something. It doesn't have to be this character's family's been wiped out and that's why they're sad. It can be this character lost something they very much appreciated, or they're stressed out about how like things are going on with them. It doesn't have to be catastrophic. So she doesn't have to like be corrupted in just, hey, here's Sarah again, even though it would complete the arc of all the aspects being corrupted. But I feel like that was never a particularly strong arc. It just kind of happened for a bunch of different reasons. So I hope they can restrain themselves from doing so, and have her just kind of take a little bit of a, I'm pretty active, but I'm struggling with things in a different way. They
were showing that powerful beings are vulnerable to their own power. And that's like, well and good. In this case with Alextraza, what's the worst way that they take it? Like, the worst way that they take it is almost like a, season 7 or season 8 Daenerys thing, right? Where it's like, okay, I can see the foregrounding for her going absolutely batshit. We can all see the foreshadowing, but the way this was presented in a game was like, I'm a burn a load of people. So, they could have Alextraza look at the camera, have her eyes flash in, first one's gold or something, and just go, y'all motherfuckers are dead, you don't fit the plan anymore, and then try to burn us all. Like, they could do something like that, but I don't think they will. That would suck so bad. That'd be awful.
That'd be the worst.
I think what they will do is they will have, I imagine they will treat Alextraza like a character who has a perspective. And one of the things you do like to have happen in a story, some of the basics, include things like characters going through experiences, learning, and growing, and changing a little bit. So if you look at how Alexstraza...
Like Caligos already has.
There you go.
Record time.
Alexstraza's probably going to learn that there was maybe a few things that she should have known. She's probably going to think a little bit more about Razageth. She's probably going to think, do I bear some responsibility for this? Because I did just kind of lock this person away for 10,000 years and, they went stir crazy, and now I can't really resolve stuff with them through peaceful means because they're really angry that I locked them away for 10,000 years.
Yeah, that's...
Can she go through all of this very natural stuff with her character, come out a more well-rounded individual, learn and grow a bit, become a bit more balanced. Through that, we kind of maybe get to learn, like, I suppose, as beings who have traditionally been fairly pegged towards the Titans, what's the more appropriate balance view that we should have of them, rather than the more, it's big dogmatic sky statue daddy. There we go. Like, they could do it just like that, and I think it would be fine. It would probably be along the lines of, look, versus a lot of shit that Void and Fel do. I mean, the Titans, as long as you don't try to fuck with them, they're happy enough. They're less bad than these other guys. But also, maybe are there some downsides to the way that they think? Should we try to be... They could take this to a nice, reasonable place that makes sense for all the characters involved, does not do any needlessly edgy shit. And that would be good and satisfying.
Yeah, the question is...
Could also not.
Yeah, the question is, can they withhold the temptation to do that? Because it's cheap drama, but that's a thing where I feel like when it comes to the really big story beats, there's still danger, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where it is the whole... how exactly do I describe it? We're still treating Dragonflight a little bit like an active bomb, or potentially active bomb. It's just that most of the bombs are diffused or haven't been bombs at all. So there's still a little bit of poking and prodding with like walking around it with a mine detector, but like We're like, oh, okay, all right, okay, what's that going to go? No, okay. This, because it's the same with like the next like campaign quest stuff. It's like, all right, are we going to stand and have our legs blown off anytime soon? And we're so worried about that in the big narrative ways. And then gameplay wise, there's a couple things like the balance of specs in the raid, how M+ feels to people, how fast gearing is, how group loot ultimately works out. There's a couple of those things. But story wise, it's still like, oh, this could still be a wee bit dire overall. But there's, if we assume this is more of a, this is not like a couple of people in narrative or CDev having a crusade and doing whatever they want to, the clear emotional intelligence of how most of the campaign so far has been written, and also how all the side quests end up being written, there's clearly enough emotion, like EQ points on the team to bash together a story that people will enjoy. So I'm not, how do I put it? I'm not profoundly worried. I'm just not expecting a 10 out of 10 story development. I'm just sort of going, please have completely learned the lesson when you put the cinematic creators on task to do the cinematic for, oh, this is going to go down. Please have like made a good decision back then.
WoW needs to have like, not needs to, but you know, it works if it has a 7 out of 10 A plot, but then good world building that people like.
That's exactly what Dragonflight has been so far.
Yeah.
It's like, who gives a flying fuck about the Oathstones? No one. What's the A plot for? The A plot is for,
but it represents our sacred charge. Our agreement.
Yeah. The only thing Dragonflight needs is a vehicle for each of the Dragonflights. The game's called Dragonflight, to have their aspects and supporting characters have some development. And they've done that for, like, obviously Alex is going to be important, and she's had a little bit of like drama at the start of it with the Razaka stuff. But you look at Kalik, you look at Nosdormu, you look at Chroma, you look at Rathion, Sibelian, you're like, okay, these are all obviously the Greens haven't done anything yet. But you go, okay, well, these are clearly characters who have personal struggles to overcome.
Yeah.
In relation to their relationship to the flight. Because obviously Kalik's like, family. Rathion's like, no, it should be me. Sibelian's like, you're a little annoying kid, shut the fuck up. Alex is like, have I been a shit leader actually? Oh no. And then obviously Nosdormu's going, am I about to go mental and do my flight? And these are all good things, but the A plot, in terms of you look at it from a more bullet pointed perspective, it is,
the Chuckler's got the Oathstones. The Chuckler's got the keys, bros. What are we gonna do?
So that's exactly what it is. Imagine if the jailer going for the sigils actually mattered. Bro. Imagine if that actually mattered to the characters of the Pantheon of Death. Imagine if it actually mattered and we got to see and deal with the Winter Queen being really fucked up by what happened to the thing, as opposed to her seemingly being like,
oh, I have lost my sigil.
Yeah, it's like this like forlorn stoicism she's got going on. She's like, I am sad, but etc. And like, where's the emotional development of, like, we never saw anything of Bastion story-wise after Carestia got wrecked. And
as Ashendan said, like, we just immediately remade the sigils again. It was actually no big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing where, like, that part of it is like, this is just kind of ass. But it's just shit for us to do while they try to tell us a story about the characters going on. And that's okay. So as long as they actually already, as long as they keep doing that instead of just jumping the gun again, then I think we'll be more than fine with whatever they do. It is weird to have this position where I'm like, I kind of trust them to not be too egregiously dumb.
They're oriented in a so much better direction now.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they stick the course. I like you love Super. The whole Chuckler meme is totally caught on with my friends. Thanks for that.
Chuckler's some boy like.
Yep. We love J-Lore the Chuckler.
Yeah.
Oh, man.